And good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Music for Gaming. All the gaming of those other streams, but none of the music. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a wonderful day here, this very fine Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's here. I'm here. You're here. It's great. Hey, before I get started, I do want to remind everybody that my head itches, but also that I am raising money for COVID-19 relief. You can see the link right over there, bit.ly/MFG COVID-19. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm helping Direct Relief as they're working to provide protective equipment for healthcare workers and other people dealing with COVID-19 and COVID-19 response. Also trying to provide other medical equipment and things as they can. If you can help, that would be awesome and amazing. And for every donation of $5 or more, you see these extreme sour warheads sitting behind me. I will grab one of those and eat one of those, which is going to be its own special breed of fun, I'll tell you. All right. So let's get into the gameplay. I am playing Minecraft, which should surprise very few people, especially given the game tag on the channel. What I'm going to be doing today is walking into doors. Turns out doors are hard. All right, they're just hard to work with, you know. Close that door. Okay. So basically what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be working on the roof of this building. Okay. So this cathedral, it's looking sort of bare. It needs a roof. I also need to put in some floor and some ceiling type stuff, but definitely up here you can see, well, there you can see down into the cathedral, which is probably not ideal, but in any case, so I've got a roof here I need to finish. So that's going to be step one in this process today. This is going to be one of those super duper exciting, oops, that stair was in the wrong place. Super duper exciting ones where I spend most of the time roofing, which, you know, is an important step in most builds, it turns out. If you're building, you know, a building. Buildings without roofs tend to not keep the rain out very well. And, you know, that's not totally ideal for a church. So I'm going to try to do something about that. Also, maybe not fall off the edge. Also, I do have flight, which is a nice bonus. It'll make this a little bit easier to do. So, not that it will matter, because apparently I am incapable of hitting the right keys. So just we'll just sort of pop a few of these. Yep, throw a cracked one in once in a while, because that's fun. I'm not sure if I've got enough cobble or stone brick with me or not. Should be fairly close, but we shall see. I still need to figure out what's happening with that wall over there. I mean, it's a wall. It's going to have a window in it, but, well, you don't belong there. Also, why am I using my Silk Touch pickaxe? Just because I was working with doing some other stuff. I'll have to take a break here in the middle of this and just show you a little market store I set up. So in this nice little town, or this nice little world that Mandolin set up, she's set up a marketplace for anyone on the server to get in and work on stuff that's to set up shops. Okay, you could sell things, you could sell services, right? If you want, hey, if you pay me, I will build you a thing, right? Something along those lines. Okay, this is not at all what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm just selling odds and ends and random garbage that I happen to have lying around. Which, you know, is definitely a thing. I have lots of it. Garbage, that is. Okay. Slap a cracked one on the end there. You know, maybe what I should do is just do these square ones first. And then I'll worry about the stairs. It'll be easier to place the stairs against the blocks anyway. Alright, however, I think I am going to take a moment and scratch my... Man, I think my glasses are just rubbing weird on my head. You know, it's the joy of glasses. They sometimes rub weird. Okay, oh, I did also make a small change in here. Trivial, really. I added a timer to my cow machine here. So the way this works is there's a button I hit up there to flood the cow pen up here so I can feed the cows. It spits out a seed, and which sits on a pressure plate and lights up this redstone. As long as that, because the seeds, the items will disappear after, what, like 5 minutes? Something along those lines. That is also how long it takes for cows to become ready to breed again. Which is not a bad little time, I suppose. Take advantage of the fact I get some XP to heal up my mending pickaxe. Okay, good. Awesome. Alright. Should be fairly close anyway. Yeah, so you can see there's the seed floating there. It's on the pressure plate, which is doing stuff. So, yeah. I like this. Oh, Johnny Man with the auto host. Awesome. I'll set fire to some more cows. Try not to let them build up too much to, you know, keep lag down. Definitely plenty of steak. Some leather going. Which is good. I'm happy to have leather going because one of the things I want to do when I get this cathedral done, turns out walk the right direction. That would be helpful. But one of the things I want to do is build a library in this on that second floor, and I want to build something a little bit ornate, a little bit more, I don't know, fancy and stuff, right? Which will be super fun and exciting, I'm sure. So let's get back over here. All right, do I have... Okay, I do in fact have a few more fly. That would be nice. Okay. The other thing I'm going to have to do here is at least a few of these blocks are going to have to be replaced with sea lanterns. Or actually probably glowstone, I think, in this this building. I like sea lanterns because they're fairly cheap. But it turns out glowstone is really cheap in this world too now. Now that it's in the quarry, I can just go pick some up. So that'll be nice. That'll be wonderful. Totally and completely. Also, maybe I can occasionally get these blocks in place. You know, flight is nice. I like being able to fly, but, you know, sometimes it helps if I can actually put things in the right place. See, like this block, totally in the wrong place. Like, way seriously wrong. Okay. Come on. Get this going. Let's slap a cracked one in there. Well, that one's wrong. This one, I see you. You're wrong. Yes, you are. I'm sorry. Telling it was wrong was probably hurtful to its stone cold feelings. You know, you might think stone brick has a cold, unfeeling heart, um, and you would be mistaken because it turns out stone brick doesn't have a heart. You know, it's because it's brick, and lacks the basic circulatory system required, um, or that necessitates a heart. So yeah, we're pretty okay there. Oh, one more. Now you might be thinking, why are you putting the stone brick on the top of a building? You won't be able to really see it. That's true from the top, but you will be able to see it from underneath, which is how that's going to go, and that'll be good. So it'll be nice because you'll sit under here and you'll see some of the cracks, in the ceiling, and you might wonder, are these books safe? Are they, or are they going to eventually be flooded out by a leaky roof? And those are all valid concerns. Okay. More there, and let's pick up this block I misplaced. Alright, I'm gonna need a lot more stone brick, it turns out. Good news is I have lots of stone. I think I'm gonna drop a couple there like that. Just sort of, I don't want it to be too regular, you know what I mean? Alright, so let's drop back here into the furnace, where I do in fact have lots and lots of stone brick. Well, actually lots and lots of stone. It will become brick. Alright, just brickify all of that. Now a lot of this will also then become stairs. But that's a problem for another time. All right. Okay, so let's jump back to the project, which is over here. Oh, that's a cow. It's like, what's a villager doing over here? And it turns out Cowbutt and villager apparently look a lot alike to me, so probably not something that I should be posting on the Minecraft Instagram or something. Yeah, all the villagers look like Cowbutt. Yeah, that's not going to endear them to me. They'll start sicking their iron golems on me. That would be bad. Okay, so we'll just, again, get these in place. Take full advantage of the fact that I can fly temporarily. Behold, it is I, Super Roofer. That's one of those jobs where flight would really be helpful. It's roofing. You'd think of all those roofers that are out there in the world. And, so I'm actually in survival, but this world has flight enabled temporarily. Mandolin, who owns the server, was celebrating, some server upgrades and the construction of of this new marketplace, and so she turned on flight for everybody for a while. So that makes it kind of nice. Certainly makes doing these roofs easier. Roofing is one of my least favorite things to do in Minecraft, just because it typically is such a pain in the neck to deal with when you're in survival and you have to worry about, okay, stepping on things. And all right, so now it's click, click, and all this clickety. Yeah, so, since I have flight, I am absolutely going to be, oops, wrong button. abusing the heck out of it tonight. All right. One more row of the bricks, and then I can get in on the stairs. Oh, yeah. Some nice hot stairs action for you. Now, one of the things I haven't entirely decided is whether I'm going to put the stairs on the inside of the building. Okay, so let me get this line. I'll show you. On the outside, I've absolutely put stairs in to sort of smooth out the curve. It's not unlike locking yourself in your house for a month and a half does for a pandemic growth curve. But right, you can see I put stairs on the inside. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do that for all of that or not. I do need some more slabs, though. Okay, so turns out I'm totally capable of clicking on things. All right, cool. And, might as well, since I'm here. This is so much nicer to make stairs with. Just use the stone cutter. It's also a heck of a lot cheaper. Because for 64 blocks of stone brick, you get 64 stairs. If you hit them with a crafting table, you actually lose a bit. Because it takes 6 stairs to build, or 6 blocks to build the stairs, and you only get 4 stairs. So yeah, so that's kind of nice. Okay, so I was just being a little careful there as I was speaking of stairs, so I didn't fall down those stairs. Turns out falling down the stairs, less fun than it sounds. Yeah, I was trying to decide if I wanted to bring this out one more row. I might. I'll have to see what it looks like when I'm done. In the meantime, let's get around to this side too. Get the slabs in place. And then I can get stairs and stuff in. Okay. There we go. And again, one of the things I'm going to need to do is fall through this gap in the floor. Turns out very important to fall through the gaps in the floor. It really gives you a much better build if you fall through a few gaps, fall off your build 3 or 4 times at least. I don't know if there's a precise fall per size ratio that you should maintain, but that's kind of something you need to experiment with on your own. All right. Let's go feed some cows here real quick. All right. Yeah, there you can see the lights off, which means the cows are ready for more breeding. Okay. Oh, those ones are cooked. For a while, I was trying to keep them alive so I could kill them with my bleeding sword. But I kept losing count, and it just wasn't. I was having cows just die from suffocation and crowding. And you really don't want your cows to die from overcrowding. That's just inhumane. Setting them on fire and letting them die that way, perfectly fine. But overcrowding is just right out. So, yeah. All right. So let me sleep, and then we'll go continue to work on the church. The Cathedral. It's kind of how a southern woman named Kathy speaks, with a cathedral. Oops. Well, I probably deserve that. Okay. Come on. I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. It's kind of like Peter Pan, but with fewer, kids who are starving. Man, have you ever read the original Peter Pan stories, Peter and Wendy? Um, Man, Peter is a jerk. It was there was a show Once Upon a Time. It was on ABC, I think, for a long time, and Peter Pan shows up. They end up in Neverland, and Peter is a real jerk in that one, kidnapping kids and all sorts of bad stuff. Turns out that's exactly how he was in the books too. Now he wasn't like evil. He just had no sense of what was right and wrong. And he forgot about the Lost Boys. Half the time they were starving because he'd forget to provide food. And so you see in the movie Hook, they talk about the never food, and they're pretending and eating. It's because that's all they had for some at times, because Peter would just forget to give them food, so they had to pretend that they had food. Yeah, Peter Pan, not a great guy. So, yeah. I made it a point several years ago now, many years ago now, that I wanted to go back and read a lot of the classic sci-fi, fantasy, horror stuff, right? So I read Bram Stoker's Dracula, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which is an excellent book, by the way. If you've not read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and only know Frankenstein from the various movies, you are totally missing out on an amazing character. The monster is a very sympathetic character. Dr. Frankenstein himself is let's say a bit of a jerk, but kind of. He was super excited to try to reanimate dead flesh, right? Hey, if I can pump electricity through it, right, and make it move, obviously I can bring it to life, which, because of the story, he does. But it turns out, doesn't work out so well for the monster. Frankenstein sees what he's created, goes on full-on freak out, just, what have I done? I can't believe I have subverted the laws of nature and science, and I'm a horrible, horrible person. And he drives out his monster. Well, Frankenstein's monster is not this zombie-like mute. Zombie-like mute, sort of stiff, immovable thing. Turns out he was intelligent. He was caring. Large. In the book, Frankenstein makes his monster large because it's easier for him to work with. Whoa! Okay. All right, it's easier for him to work on a larger creature. It's like, rather than building a miniature, right, you build it larger than normal because you don't have to get the details quite as fine, that type of thing. That's what Frankenstein does in the book. And so he's created this sort of hideous, monstrous thing, which is very much a person. It lives with these lives in this village, sort of unbeknownst to the villagers, but he basically lives in their woodshed and sees what humanity is like by watching the family that he's living with through a hole in their wall, which is okay, a little bit, sketchy, but what are you going to do, right? And so he learns how to speak by listening to them. He think the family had some young children, and so they were learning how to read, so he also learned how to read sort of along with them. He started doing things for them, as sort of in gratitude for letting them stay in his shed, or in the shed unbeknownst. And the family's all excited. Oh, we must have some form of angel watching over us. And, not knowing the angel was Frankenstein's monster. And man, I just placed 3 blocks. None of them were in the right place. Not a one. Anyway, so once the family figures out what the monster is, or that their angel is this monster, actually I don't even think they put the 2 and 2 together. They drive him out, and it's really sad. So the monster goes back to Frankenstein and says, "Hey, make me a wife." "Hey, Gibbs, welcome. Thank you for those sparks." Right? And that's hence the Bride of Frankenstein story, right? And, yeah. It was, alright, so it's not bad. So I need to get some flooring in there, get these pillars up. So that'll be good. Oh, yes, I need to do the insides, the underside of this roof here, too, at least on the outside. Yeah, so that is an amazing story, the original Frankenstein. Oh, thank you, Gibbs. I'm glad you're liking it. This little section of it is fairly new for me. I built a house up here on this, almost a mesa rising out of the jungle. That was a year or so back. So recently I decided, you know what? I need to build out this area a little bit. So now I've got this lovely cathedral I'm working on. And I need to figure out somewhere here where I'm going to put doors and lights and all sorts of good stuff. But all right. What I do need, though, is a little bit of... Stop flying. Stop flying. Okay. Grab a little bit of jungle so that I can get the wall, at least the outer wall done. I've got some... Oh, I've got inventory space. Let's just grab these glass panes here. Maybe they're in the box in the... Yeah, it's definitely an old world. All right. But this is the new world to my old world, which is on the other side of that swamp out that way somewhere. The cows from my cow machine. All right. Okay, take advantage of the fact that flight's turned on because, hey, it's faster than walking. Except I need to be down here. I really need to get... It's a little darker here now that I put the roof on. Right, there they are. Probably going to need a few more panes than that. Well, I'll wait before I do that. Oh, nice. Well, I hope it all goes well for you, Gibbs. All right, so first thing, let's grab some of these planks, get them up. All right, so get... Yeah, because the way this is working, you can see it over there. I've got the jungle plank pillars going up with some green glass in between. So it's going to be fairly reasonable here. Yeah, that's right. Run some jungle wood across there. is one of those things that's just a lot easier since I can fly. That is one thing I love building in survival. Okay, I like the challenge. I like the. It's just more fun for me. But there are some things that are really nice from creative, and flight is definitely one of those things. Okay. All right, so we just get some glass in here. All right. Oh no. And this is why I have a Silk Touch pickaxe with me. There we go. Sound of failure. On the plus side, it's less of a failure when you have Silk Touch and you can fix it. Head back to my base here for a minute and grab some sleep. I just wanted to use up the rest of the glass in my hand before I went back there. All right. Oh, speaking of starving to death, was there something ironic about a player named Bacon starving to death? It's like Pizza the Hut, you know? A notorious gangster became trapped in his stretched limo and ate himself to death. It's 1 a.m. for you right now. Nice. Can't stay up that late anymore. My wife does, but man, I've got to be in bed absolutely before 10, usually before 9:30, or I'm just dead the next day. Which doesn't help. I get up at 5:30, so you know. Okay. Cows are happy. And all sorts of baby cows, so that's also a plus. Okay. And then again, you can see the timer going. When that seed despawns, the light turns off, and I know I can start the cows again. All right, let's see. How am I doing on stuff? It's 1:30 in Ireland right now. Nice. Nice. Does Ireland have one of those weird half-hour? Obviously, it's one of those weird half-hour time zones. Or is it? Well, no, it's okay. It's 6:30 here. Never mind. It's not. When I was writing my book, I was working with an editor in India, and it was a half-hour. They had one of the half-hour time zone things. It was kind of weird. Yeah, I'm in Colorado in the United States, and it's only 6:30 right now. So, but yeah, that was weird. It's like, oh look, here I am dealing with this guy. He was a great guy, but my editor. But yeah, dealing with the 12-hour time zone stuff was weird. But yes, I did. I wrote a book, and it's this one. Wrote a book called Docker Orchestration. It's about the hang on, put it back on the shelf. It's about a tool called Docker, which is used for deploying web services and things in the cloud and other places. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. You know, if you want to spend a huge amount of time for almost no pay, you can do one of two things. You can write a book, or you can try to make money streaming. So yeah, I guess I'm just sort of a glutton for punishment, but you know, honestly, I think that's going to be enough. At least for now. I may put some windows on the side. I'm not entirely sure if I want to run Windows through here or not. I mean, typically I prefer to run Linux rather than Windows, but you know, that's just me. Okay. Now the other thing I need to do, real estate is your plan. Awesome. Real estate could be totally cool. So next thing I'm going to do here is I'll be building a stained glass window here. I'll probably be, because I'm sort of giving this. It's sort of a ooh, there's a hole there. Sort of a Catholic cathedral type thing. So I've got like there, I've got sort of crosses and crosses here on the door. So I'm going to do something similar here with the window. So that could be fun. Ah, man, my shoulder. What did I do to my? Just realized I've got this like twinge in my arm. See that if you have the option to get old, don't do that. Try to find a way to stay young forever because getting old sucks. Oh, man. And, don't get fat. See, I failed at both of those things. I'm old and fat, and it causes me all sorts of grief. So if you can avoid that, try to, Okay. Cows. No. Can't feed them yet. This hot timer's kind of nice. All right. Now, the next thing I need here is oak. All right, I can put the glass away. And let's grab some oak. I've got a bunch here. I spent a little time. Well, that is true. That is true. That was one of the weirdest things. You talk about the weird things that happened in your life. It was the day that I went to Amazon and saw a book that I wrote for sale. That was just surreal. I mean, I just one of those things. It's like, this is just odd. It was 6 months. From the time I got the outline and I wrote the outline, submitted it, and got approved to write the book, to when I had it published. And man, that was a lot of work. I could actually fly to this church. Oh, Goose, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. All right, yep, that is super amazing, and so are you. All right, so let's get some floor in now. Yeah, this is totally the least exciting part of any sort of build is putting in floor and ceiling and all that good stuff, but that atmospheric sound is so much fun, but it sounds like the Predator is floating around somewhere. Okay. Now, I was doing... Oh, yes. I don't have any honey on me. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to put those in the windows up here. But I want to get the floor in. Now, I have to admit, I have not been in a lot of Catholic churches. I've been in a couple. I've got friends who are Catholic, got married in a Catholic church. But I myself am not Catholic, so I'm not in them very often. So it's like, all right, what's this? What's this all look like? Okay. What? Okay. One of these days I'm going to get that right. The whole catch yourself and fly back to the top and maybe not track myself in there. That is true. If there's any place in the world that would have Catholics, it would absolutely be Ireland. Oh, that's what I was going to come down here for. Let me see. Do I have? Well, I do. Not enough. So one of the things I'm doing in this, you can see, I've got all these golden blocks. That's honey. Those are blocks of honey. And I've got like sea lanterns underneath them. And it gives it a look of gold. And then at night, it just shines and shimmers and is awesome and amazing. But, Yeah. All right. Dirt. I do in fact have dirt. There it is. Okay, let's see. Little stone brick action there. Get the honey in. Okay, and then I've been putting on top of this honey sea lanterns. Again, the idea here will be to have some sort of something here, but I don't know what it's going to be yet. Right, you can kind of see all over here. Right, I've got this nice 3x3 square with a hole in it. I haven't figured out what I want to do with this hole yet. If I want to put water in it, I want to do something else. Hey, Gibbs, thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate that. You also must have amazing stuff going on. All right, so let's grab some more planks here. Right, okay, so yeah, and I don't know. Oh, nice, all those sparks. I don't know if I'm going to finish the full cathedral in this stream. Probably not. I will definitely get the flooring done. I do have a YouTube. Let's, oops, come on. I can hit the right buttons. There it is. So, YouTube channel is youtube.com/musicfreegaming.live, which is less true than it was at some point in the past, since I don't stream live there anymore. But all of the stream archives are there, going back to when I first started streaming. So, yeah, definitely check all that action out. But the only thing I don't have up there is when I do the occasional Twitch Sings stream, which reminds me, I am doing one Thursday. For the stream on Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, which is basically the same time I'm streaming now. I'm doing a full-on charity stream. I mean, I am raising money for COVID-19 relief right now. You can see that bar above my head. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a Twitch Sings stream that will be all sorts of fun. Donations will get you requests and all that fun stuff. So that'll be fun. And I'll be singing a number of the songs as Smeagol or Glitch or Stitch, excuse me, from Lilo and Stitch. So, yeah. Also, it is apparently night out. That happens, I suppose, from time to time. At least once a day, night falls. It's just... Okay, never happens during the day. Thank you, love. That's right, keeping me honest. See, this is why you get married, right? So that you have a spouse to keep you honest. Keep forgetting to switch what's in my offhand so that mending does its thing. Go cows, go do your thing. Make little cows so I can set them on fire. No, I won't set the little cows on fire. I'll wait till they grow up because then there's more meat and leather in there. Alright. I'm gonna need some more honey. So let me go grab some more honey. Let me duck through here. Head back to my main build. And over this way, I have a little honey farm. I have a big honey farm further out, but it's a little bit of a pain to get to. So let's just grab some honey. I've got 2 hives up there that are being sucked dry with using a hopper and dispenser system. So it just fills honey bottles for me. Oh, Oh, that's a cat in there. All right, cool. Cats are fun. You know, I like cats. Allergic to them. They make me sneeze, but I love cats. Yeah. Yeah, one of these days too, I'm gonna have to build a giant frying pan. That's just looks too cool. The quartz and honey. It'd be funny because honey is funny and it rhymes. All right, back to the jungle. All right, so what am I doing? As I'm putting my fingers in the wrong keys. That's what I'm doing. All right, so let's go get this honey in place. Yeah, one of these. It was just one of those cool things. I mean, you can use regular honey blocks, of course, for that gold look, but or use regular gold blocks for gold looking stuff because you know it turns out nothing looks like gold quite like gold does. You know, sort of. I think it's sort of obvious, and it really is. But you grab these blocks of honey, and they've got a cool texture to them, and then you throw some light behind them, and they just sort of glow, and it looks great. All right, so let's get back up here. You know, somewhere I'll... Okay, so that's going that way. All right, now let's grab grab this other there words. You know, one of these days I'm gonna get that shirt that Rooster Teeth has. It's I do words good. I 100% sympathize with that. I have problems with the speaking and the words, and sometimes it shows. Okay, so we'll get these in. All right. Fabulous. All right. Honey, grab the... and I'm doing planks. Usually when I'm doing a floor this size, I like to do it with slabs just because it's a little bit cheaper. But in order to make the pillars work, I've got to use slabs for them. So, or use full-on planks, right? Because you get underneath here. Ta-da! Right, you get underneath, and so for the tops of those pillars to work. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some more. Yeah, I need to put some cobblestone, and I need more cobblestone fence. Really? Okay. Well, fine. And because of the way I ended up doing this, I have to... I'll just duck in from underneath. Now, I did learn one weird thing, which if you can learn one weird thing a day, you're probably ahead of the curve. But one of the really odd things about honey, and it's part of the charm of the honey blocks, is when you stand in them, you can't jump very high. In fact, you can only jump like half a block, which is cool. You know, and it makes a fun squelching sound, all that good stuff, right? So here's honey. Now, these are stairs, right? Your bog standard stairs. Nothing crazy about them. The first part of this section of stairs is only half a block. You can walk up it without jumping, all that stuff. But when you walk in to the honey, you can't jump over that little half step. If these are slabs, sure, not a problem. So the stairs now have an interesting property that can make them make an interesting sort of trap that way. And I don't know how I would use it yet. But the number of times I'll be working on this build, and I'll see animals that wander in and get stuck in those corners is fairly high. So, you know, I'm gonna figure there's a something there. And I don't think honey burns. So if you so I think you can pour lava on it without issue. So, you know, can probably do some, you know, some cool you know, mob cooker or something there. You know, rabbits and stuff. Now, mobs will, in theory, try to avoid walking on the honey, but they don't. So, who knows? It's just might be able to wash them up over the corner. I don't know. Something I'll have to play with at some point. Okay, do I have? Well, no, I do not have enough oak. Well, that's silly of me. I like being able to teleport. It's super helpful. Okay. Makes doing some of these builds a lot easier just because I can quickly get back to my base. Oop, there's no floor there. Well, that's silly. Why you no have floor? It's because I'm lazy, that's why. Let's get that out of the way too. Alright. Yeah, and it's one of the choices, right? I've got these columns that go up, and instead I've been using the honey going up there to pretend to be gold. I wanted to continue that light down here, but I wanted to be able to walk on it and not have other stuff. So I just used glowstone, which, you know, works out pretty well. Okay. Also, Gibbs, thank you so much for those sparks. I definitely appreciate it. Okay. So, get some floor here. It's Flora, the sworn enemy of Gilder. Oh, this side, I'm also missing some. Just thinking about the Princess Bride the other day. It showed up on Disney Plus, which is awesome. I mean, I already have my own copy, so that's not a big deal. But it's still cool that it's there. But my daughter wrote a short story here. Well, she wrote it a while ago. She just published a new revision of it. And it's super cool. But the basic premise is a character who meets her author, and it's a very sad, very touching story. But she was talking about, oh, what if I turn this into a novel where a good chunk of the book is the character's actual, you know, fictional story, but it also has these interludes of her speaking with her author. And so it's very much Princess Bride style. It's like, oh, that would be really cool. So, yeah. Alright, so let's see now. Sadly. Oh, actually, I've got a link to it. If you want to see it, the story's called The Wishing Knot. If you jump into the Discord channel, which, here, pop a link in. I've actually got a link to the story in the Discord, which is said, it's fun. This is one of, well, most of my kids are, actually maybe all of my kids have an artistic streak to them that shows up in various ways. And my oldest, it shows up, she was a dancer. She's right now a pre-professional. She's trying to get into ballet companies. This pandemic really messed up her audition season. But she's also an author, and has been writing stories since she was like 10. She says, "Yeah, I'm tired of going to the library because they don't have any books that I want, so start writing my own." So, yeah, you go, girl. Yeah, my next oldest is her creativity showed up in art. She went into apparel design and all that stuff, and that was super fun and exciting. She streams as well. She streams on YouTube. Sadly, I don't have her channel in my command list. Otherwise, I'd link it. Though I don't know if she's been streaming a lot lately. But yeah, so it's this. Come on, man. I can type. I totally can. I believe I can type. Riding high. I believe that I can hit the keys. Yeah, see, this is what makes my karaoke stream so much fun is I just invent new notes. That's how good a singer I am. Is all the new notes I create. But that's the fun. That's why I like to do those for streams like that. It's just, yeah, here's a fun way to make a fool of myself. That's exciting. I might not leave quite enough wheat to match my the needs of my cattle farm here. It looks like I'm getting a lot of leathers. So that'll be good. So I'm going to need that to make books. Books are definitely a good thing. I'm a fan. I like to read. It's just I tend to not read so many books in Minecraft because that would just be weird. But, you know. Alright, so, you know what? Again, just teleport over there. There we go. Alright, now, I should probably open some doors. Just on both sides. Now, I only have stairs on that side. But, PC's been broken for 2 months. Oh, man, your monitor's messing up? That stinks. So, yeah, overlays are nice. My, when I first started, I was streaming directly from my PlayStation, which worked out okay. I mean, I had a reasonable mic from when I was doing podcasts, but that was okay. It took me a while to learn about things like, you know, gain and mic balance and not blowing out the audio. Oops. Yeah, I like working with. Oops, that's not where. Oh, no, that is where that goes. I like honey, but it does disappear at the slightest touch. Okay. Ta-da. All right, let's get the stuff in here. Okay. You know, it's a lot lighter when you turn on the lights. It's sort of a strange phenomenon, but it is in fact true. Okay. Yep, throw that one cracked stone in there just for grins and giggles, and also the cool decorative effect. This is where my creative streak comes in. So my kids come by it naturally. I can't draw. I can't sing. I played flute for several years. Ooh, nice. Call your brother. Oh, that'll be cool. It's always nice to talk to family. Of course, I say that. I don't know that I've talked to my sisters for a while. Talk to my mom fairly often, my dad fairly often, but I don't talk to my sisters much. Just too bad. I used to be really close with my next youngest sister. So I'm the oldest in my family, and so it's all of my sisters are younger than me, which is sort of how that works, you know. But yeah, the one who's immediately younger than me used to be pretty close, but then, you know, she moved away, and I went to college, and all that stuff. I mean, streaming and recording, yeah, I can understand that. I have to admit, streaming is one of those things that it's a weird beast, you know, because I can sit and play Minecraft. It's I could play it a lot. Oh yeah, the lockdown gotcha. Yeah. I like playing Minecraft. It's one of my favorite games, if not my absolute favorite game. Which is weird. I used to play. My favorite game used to be Madden. I play Madden, NFL stuff like all the freaking time. But man, I fell in love with Minecraft. But there's a special. Streaming is such a special feeling, you know. Uh-oh. Also, falling. Falling gives you a special feeling deep in the pit of your stomach until you hit the ground, and then it's a feeling deep in the pit of your ankles and or knees. Well, but you know, just be able to sit and play and chat with people and stuff, you know. Our cousin's having a second baby. Awesome. Yeah, girls are definitely cool. Uh-oh. Can't wait. Okay. Yep, girls are good. I have 4 daughters myself, so it's I also have a son, but you know, daughters can be all sorts of cool. Okay, so just. But it is fun to have both boys and girls. They're different, and and that difference can be fun. Yeah, see what I was talking about? The animals just decide to walk in and get stuck in the honey. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about down there. All right. There we go. Recording is boring, but yeah, that's it. I did Let's Plays a little bit, and there are a few of them up on the YouTube channel. But I really prefer streaming to recording Let's Plays and stuff. It's just a lot more fun. You know, being able to sit and talk with chat and stuff. That, and I really hated the editing. I mean, for a while, it was one of my Patreon rewards was Let's Plays and stuff. But man, trying to deal with all of that was just a pain in the neck. As it pops up the Patreon rewards. All right, now before I finish that all the way down, I want to go see what this looks like from the ground. Because really, I kind of want to put this out a second block so it completely covers this staircase. I'm not entirely sure that's gonna look okay, but let's get out here. From here, it's really hard to tell. Partly because it blends into the tower, right? You know, I might take the one corner off. But otherwise, I don't think it's going to be bad. Let's come over this way and take a look. Yeah, you can't really tell. I think I'll take the one corner off, but otherwise it'll be fine. Take that off right there. All right. Oh, man. I must be sitting weird, reaching the keyboard weird or something, because I've just got this, getting a weird twinge in my arm. Okay. It's definitely not, feels like a muscle cramp. It's definitely not the, uh-oh, my arm is going numb and maybe I need to go see somebody about cardiac issues. No, trying to avoid that. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I could be very happy living my entire life and not having a heart attack. Of course, my diet doesn't help, but yeah. That's right, non-weird reason to talk to myself, you know. I rarely need an excuse to talk to myself. I do that regularly enough as it is. All right, just throw a little extra light down here. Just so I don't get those strange visitors from, you know, like creepers and things showing up again. One of these days I'm going to have to build some good ruins. I've got a couple of places where I've, sort of like this, I've put in some floor but not all of it. And there's all the grass around. And you can get some really cool abandoned looks. I was looking for something. There's a reason I'm down here. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, that's it. Slabs. Right. Because I've got a space, since I can fly, it's actually pretty easy to get there. So I've built this fun little sort of abandoned jungle temple. Right? So you come in here and it's got that sort of look. I need to get in here and hit it with some bone meal so I can get some tall grass and stuff growing in here. Right, so yeah, you can get some fun looks with that. All right. Let's go see how the cows go. See how the farm is going too. Wheat's getting there. Okay. But man, I'm definitely running a little bit short here. Oops. Hey, I remembered this time. Is it a moment or two late? Yeah, but that's okay. That's cows. Nice hardy cows. That's what I need. Hardy cows. The next step is for this field to grow so I can get some more wheat because I am just about out. You know, I thought that would be enough. Turns out I was wrong. It happens. Turns out I have wrong thinking and I must be going to concentration camp to fix my wrong thinking. re-education, where we will be teaching you to do this thinking in the right way. All right. Oh, so how did... Yeah, so I've actually streamed on all three platforms, and it was about 6 months ago, maybe, that I abandoned multi-streaming to stream exclusively on Mixer. But to put it in a Twitch perspective, which is the only thing that has anything similar to this, embers are like bits, okay? So if somebody gives an ember to a streamer, that streamer basically gets a penny per ember, okay? And Twitch is the same way, I think, with bits, right? You give every bit is basically a penny. Oops, what was I doing? Oh yeah, slabs on the outside. Sparks are partly their rewards for watching. They have no monetary value directly, but for partnered streamers, the more sparks that they get during a month, it increases their payout for partner benefits and things, like their share of ad revenue and that type of thing. So that's how sparks work from that perspective. And then so basically, as a viewer, you can buy embers, right? There's a big button on the top, at least on the desktop, that says "Get Embers," right? Easily enough, easily done. And then, just like you use sparks for stickers, you can use embers for stickers, or other things, all sorts of fun interactive gobbledygook. And the streamer will then eventually get their cut after, at the end of a month, if they've hit, I think it's $50 worth of embers, Microsoft will pay out. So it's fun. And I do a couple of fun things, like for you as well. If you were to donate embers or use embers on my channel, you get a virtual currency called tickets. You can also buy tickets using sparks. And in the mixed play board, you can use those tickets to do things like play movie quotes or turn on Snapchat filters on the camera here, all that good stuff. So, all right. So yeah, you can do all sorts of cool things. All right. So this is a room. I guess I should come in and get the glass here done. And I need to decide if I want to... how I want to deal with these. Yeah, I think you actually have to have a bank account before they let you set up monetization. It's just part of the stream stuff there. So that's definitely going to be one of those things you'll have to figure out first. That whole banking thing. As I recall, there's fairly decent documentation. If you go through Mixer's, you said you were new to Mixer. Go through Mixer's, what do they call it? They've got sort of a Mixer Academy thing that explains how most of that stuff works for Mixer. All right, I need a few more panes here. I'm also going to... that's probably enough. I'm also going to need to go get some red. Let's jump over here. I think I've got some red glass. Aha, there it is. That'll be perfect. It'll be lovely and wonderful. I'm just coming up this way for a minute to give my stuff here. Ah, okay. Yeah, definitely being... well, you're over 13, which, at least in the U.S., is the first step. But you can get a bank account at younger than 18 if you have parental consent or a parent or guardian who will sign off or co-sign with you. But that'll depend on your bank. You know, that I'm certainly not an expert on banking. You know, it's heck, my financial acumen is not amazing. There's a reason my wife handles our finances. Okay, so this is going to come through here like this. Now, I mentioned I was going to put a cross in here, so let's grab some dirt. And I think 5, just like that. Okay, yeah, that'll work. It's almost as if I planned it, which absolutely is not a thing here. Yeah. Well, you know, you might be able to get on some of that now, even with all of the lockdown stuff, because you can typically open a bank account remotely. Come here and grab this dirt I dropped. Okay. But again, they might have to have you come in for some of that just to get paperwork signed. You know, if your parents are gonna sign with you, they'll need their stuff. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Yeah, let's fly out here and take a look. But yeah, see, nice. That'll work nicely for this. Okay. Sad, giving it sort of this sort of Catholic styling. I was thinking I would sort of model it a little bit after Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, excuse me. Notre Dame is a university, totally different. But 2, 3, I think. Yep. But that sort of changed as I was building and playing with it and getting my own style here. So it's kind of fun just to play with different styles of things. I tend to like the sort of medieval castles and stuff. Minecraft really lends itself to that. There we go. That works out nicely. As I said, though I'm a religious person, I'm not Catholic, so I deal with all this it's a little different for me. All right. And I am... Oh, I'm not out of jungle wood. Okay, great. Yay. Okay, I think for the... I'll probably open up a few windows in this... along these walls. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out, but I've found a number of cool plans and examples and stuff online, because you can find really cool Minecraft stuff all over the place, but Pinterest has all sorts of good stuff. And so I'm going to turn this top floor into a really nice sort of library, lounge, something. I'm out of jungle wood. Well, that's annoying. Let me see if I happen to have any down here just lying around. Huh, well, what do you know? I do, in fact, have some just lying around. Convenient, that. All right. Yeah, I was thinking I would probably do a lot of the furniture and stuff in here using birch, maybe some spruce. You know, do some fun things with campfire-based fireplaces and stuff like that. You know, it'll be good. All right, so let's see now. Is anything else? Did I miss anything? Okay, I've got some. Those door locations are pretty temporary. I'm not married to them where they're located, but obviously because they're located in different spots on each side, it's just wherever I decided to come into the building. But you know, having some nice place, right? Then you come out here on the balcony, and if you're really desperate, I suppose you could jump off the top of this, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, now the one thing I am going to have to do, because see, it's dark up here, and this is very much monster spawning territory up here. So I think what I'm going to need to do is switch pickaxes up here, but start putting in some light. See, just like the light that turned on behind me. So what is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I actually can count. All of that time in college, and I can in fact count. That math degree was not wasted. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's, you know, it's fun. So technically, I've got a degree in mathematics, but 1, 2, 3. So, but I went into computer science for my career, programming, maintaining servers and stuff. So, you know, it's always fun to see where things end up taking you. Also, I totally did not plan that at all, but I think this ended up working out perfectly. It did. What do you know? Yeah, to become a partner, you definitely need a place for them to give you money. Partner also requires some other things. Pretty much anybody with a pulse can monetize their channel and get embers and stuff. But partnership has some other requirements. So that's something that... Oh, I was going to use glowstone for that. Rather than sea lanterns. So let's see what this looks like from the inside. Yeah, you know what? The sea lanterns aren't a bad look, though. I like the cleaner look of the sea lantern versus the sort of spotty glowstone stuff. But yeah, Gibbs, I'm glad I could help at least a little bit. If you have other questions as you're looking at things, the Mixer subreddit is actually really good. They're usually pretty friendly and good about answering questions and stuff. I mean, they may throw you at docs and stuff. So, hey, go read this. But it's a really friendly channel to be in. All right, so it's one thing I've really liked about Mixer compared to like Twitch is the community on Mixer tends to be super friendly. There we go. Twitch has always felt like really like competitive, dog eat dog type. YouTube, it's just unless you're PewDiePie or something like that, you just sort of get ignored. The Mixer community, I think in part because it's still kind of small, is super friendly. Drop a couple of glowstone over here. Yeah, definitely take some time, figure out what you're doing. Figure out what you want to do. There's a really great YouTube channel, and I can't remember her exact channel name. She's a streamer here. Goes by the name of channel name of Hey Loch Ness, Loch. I think it's HEYLOCHNESS. She's got a YouTube channel that has some really nice, some really great tips and stuff for getting started streaming on Mixer. Okay, so right, I was lighting up the roof. Okay. Man, I can't wait till Blackstone makes it into Minecraft. I was playing with it in the beta, a while back. You can see the streams, but I love the way the Blackstone walls work. You know, I think what I'm going to do, just for... It's a little superfluous right now, putting torches on top of sea lanterns. But it will help me see where they are as I slide down this hill. Right, because I can actually see them. Okay, so I think every other one, I think it's going to be good. Okay, so... And sure, I could count again, but... That's dependent on my counting ability, which... You know, again... I have a degree in math, but... I used to joke with my wife that... you know, my last 2 years of my degree, I didn't actually do arithmetic. Okay. So, yeah. And I spent an entire semester learning how to count. Which is, in fact, true. It was counting theory and all that fun stuff. Like, okay, I have all that. Yeah. So it was stuff like probabilities and not like statistics. It was, you know, if you have a baseball team, how many different ways can you put 9 players on the field? Right, that type of thing, which is, you know, counting theory. How do you count without actually having to count? And as much as, you know, I grew up watching Sesame Street and the Count Von Count, who makes counting seem like the greatest thing ever. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just... Now I think... Alright, that was creepy. I know the spider's not going to hurt me because it's daylight, but still. Hey, Bat, welcome. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. That is awesome, and so are you. I hope you're having a fabulous day. Also, I'm going to fall through the floor. Definitely. I keep saying it because it's true. I'm abusing the snot out of my temporary ability to fly here. Okay, so... Yeah, so how's it going? You having a good day there, Bat? All right, and this, I think, is the right place. There we go. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Well, I'll just jump in the hole. That's okay, too. You know, every once in a while, it's like, boy, you can see why I don't play shooters on PC. Like that. Again, this whole, hey, let me hit the right keys in the right combination to make my character here do stuff. Okay. Light all up this side, and have to go down the other side. That's all right. Yeah, an all right day. Well, that's a plus. Hopefully it'll get better, or at least tomorrow will be better. Okay, that's one of those things, you know. I try to keep a positive attitude about stuff. Usually I can succeed. There are days like, man, yesterday sucked, and I don't want to face tomorrow. But if you can keep that positive attitude going, it can be a real help. Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay, so that goes there and there and there. All right. How was it when I got COVID? Oh, I didn't, fortunately enough. But I am trying to help people who did. So for those of you who want to help, yeah, you can go to, there's a link you can see it in the Mixplay board. It's also dropped in the chat several times, but you can go to bit.ly/MFG COVID-19 and help Direct Relief provide protective equipment and stuff for healthcare healthcare workers and hospitals and stuff, because they definitely need it. They've been burning through masks and gloves and stuff, something fierce with this pandemic, you know. Yeah, but I'm fortunate. I missed that. I mean, my daughter's ex-husband got it, but you know, actually one of my mods got it here. Hasn't been around as much because of his job, but man, I felt bad for him. So yeah, it was such a mess, honestly, COVID. The whole pandemic thing. You know, I'd have been very happy living the rest of my life not having gone through a pandemic, you know. The only pandemic I wanted to deal with was the game. Yeah. Which I have to admit, we played Pandemic, you know, the day they shut us all down. All right. Oh, Gibbs says you have to be 18 plus to get monetized. Okay, I can see that. Back call, you need to change your name. Okay. Yeah, you kind of want to avoid names that deal with getting killed or, you know, killing people. You know, that's sort of a good thing to do. As far as how do you get followers on Mixer, that is a question I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, I've been streaming on Mixer for years, and I'm only have, what am I at, 960 or something like that. Haven't even hit 1,000 followers yet. So, though, one of the basic tips that you'll see just about everywhere is be consistent. You know, pick a schedule and stick to it. Now, even if you don't necessarily have to stream every day. I certainly don't. I have a full-time job and a family. I can't stream every day. But, you know, that helps, because then at least people know when to find you. You know, it's like, all right, I know that if I tune in on, you know, Tuesday and Thursday night or Saturday morning, I could find music-free gaming. Yeah, at least those times in the U.S. I need more sea lanterns. That's inconvenient. Oh, but all right. Yeah. My project waypoint's the right one. Okay. There we go. Well, that's inconvenient. Not a big deal, really. But, you know, every once in a while I'll play something like that, and I just feel stupid. All right. There we go. We got all this stuff. You got your name in 2017, huh? Oh, that's nice. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at what this looks like from the inside, but it should have... Take these torches off now. Oh, good. Night's falling, too, I think, so... So I'll be able to double check and make sure I've got enough light here on the roof, but... I think I do. I think this will be well enough lit that it will keep the critters away. Maybe on the edge of that, I don't know. We shall see. Yeah, it's not too bad inside here. I think what I might need to do is go ahead and run the stairs along the inside. I was kind of thinking maybe I didn't want to, but as I'm looking at that with this, I think it's going to smooth things out a little bit on the inside. So, all right, time to go make another 18 zillion stairs. All right, and let's double check what's happening up here now. Yeah, I think for the most part, this is going to be okay. The only place I'm really worried about is this edge, but I think... Let's see, there's a light level on here somewhere, right? Yeah, there it is. 9, 10, 9, 9. Yeah, I think that's okay. You were in hospital for a week with COVID. That sucks, man. That is not fun. Heck, being in the hospital for a week for any reason isn't fun. But yeah. Yep, that sucks. Well, I'm out of stone here. Well, that is inconvenient, I have to say. You know, if only I had another place I could go and get crazy amounts of stone. Okay. Also, I've got lots of stuff here, so you drop off this glass, pick up some more stone. Yeah, that's the thing I'm really interested to see, and I don't think we're going to find out for some time, is what the actual mortality rate for COVID is. Right? I mean, it's been weird. Do I have lights? I don't know. Stuff is shining through there somewhere. Obviously, we've got a lot of cases. A lot of people have gotten COVID. Yeah, I mean, you survived. Lots of people are surviving. I mean, obviously, lots of people are not surviving, and that sucks. Hence the need for lots of protective equipment to keep from spreading this stupid thing. But, what am I... Oh, I'm going to drop off the honey, I think. I'm done with that for now. What will be interesting to see is once they're able to get pretty much universal testing, good universal testing. Yeah, because right now some of the test kits are sort of so-so. But cancer for more than a week, huh? Oh, that sucks. And all the bad stuff's happening to you. Okay, so let's craft some stairs. It's not that one. This one. If you're stone brick in, you know it. Make some stairs. If you're stone brick in, you know it. Make some stairs. Alright. Let's duck in here real quick and see if I have cows ready to go. Oh, my farm's just about ready here too, which is awesome. Well, you know, it turns out life is kind of what you make of it, even if you're going through bad stuff, right? I mean, it was a lesson I learned from my dad when I went to pick him up from the hospital after his second round of dealing with cancer. Okay, and one of the lessons he taught me, and it was nothing that he said specifically. He didn't sit me down and say, you know, hey, this was, you need to learn this. He was checking out of the hospital. I picked him up. He was checking out. The nurses were doing that one last check that they give you, you know. And he was laughing and joking, and there was this just parade of nurses that came in who were saying goodbye to him and how great it was to have him on the floor. Because so many patients are tough to deal with and stuff like that. He survived both with, is that ASMR or is that? But he was talking to me, and we were just chatting about it a little bit as he was getting his stuff together, getting ready to go. He says, you know, or the lesson I learned was, it's become sort of a motto in my life, is that there's no situation so bad that complaining about it won't make it worse. Okay? There's no situation so bad that complaining about it or whining about it won't make it worse. It just magnifies the negative feelings you have for whatever's happening. And you end up just focusing on the negative, and it ends up just not being fun. You know? And it's sort of how you end up approaching life. And that's one of those lessons I learned and really took to heart, because it's one of those things I hadn't really thought about much. And frankly, I'm a little bit of a whiner. I try not to, and it's over the years I finally managed to get some of that under control. But man, it was to take that lesson and try to apply that in my life was amazing, the difference it made. Okay. Oh, it's a heart thing. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, where am I? Well, that's not where that stair goes at all. Not even a little bit. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it definitely doesn't sound like fun. But yeah, so it's just one of those things that, you know, it's I've just found, you know, and I've certainly lived long enough that, you know, if I can keep from whining, complaining about things, stay positive, life tends to feel better. Doesn't change what I'm going through. You know, it was definitely tough, like when my daughter died and all that stuff, but yeah, you know, and said, like you're dealing with bat where it's okay, 19. You know, it's amazing what can happen. I was 19 when my daughter died. So, you know, it's just how you choose to face your trials, whether it's with a positive attitude, or whether you're going to sit and sulk about it, or just complain about it, or just define your life by your illnesses. you know, it's a lot of that. It's just up to you and how you want to handle those types of things. Yeah, that's it. Life is life, man. Yeah, thank you, Bat. You know, it's been, sheesh, 20 something years now since she died. So it doesn't really have the sting that it had before. But, you know, it's types of things, you know, everyone goes through trials, and I'll be the first person to tell you I'd rather have my trials than somebody else's. And it's one of those things. In my case, I'm gonna need a lot more stairs. Jeez, muffins, man. Oops, I can't type. Still can't type. Man. Okay, got it that time. But yeah, it's just one of those things. If I can, you lost a family member? Yep. Said it happens. And the older you get, the more often it happens, too. All right, so let's grab a few more stairs here. Let's just take this smaller stack. I think that'll be enough. If it's not, well, then I'll cut more. You know, that's the joy of. Oops, come on, type. Yep. Well, that's it. You know, it's not like Mario where if you eat the right mushrooms, you get more lives. Which, you know, maybe explains why so many people eat mushrooms. I don't know. Can't stand the things myself, but... Okay, where am I? Ah, there I go. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. I can click on stuff there. All right, there we go. See? All right, get all this fun stuff in. You know, I said at the beginning of the stream, you know, roofing is sort of important anytime you're building a building. But man, it gets tedious. It does help, though, again, if you put the blocks in the right way. Okay. All right, I think that's going to pretty well do that here. Let's see. We've got everything there. Looks like we've got everything up top. For cancer research and special care. Nice. All right. So it looks like the roof is done. Got floor in, at least down here. I still need to finish the floor on the first floor. I still need to tear out all this dirt down here. I'm not going to worry about that tonight. But yeah, then I'm going to come up here and build a library and all sorts of good stuff here. So yeah, so this will be fun. Now what I might do, right now I've put stone brick around this. What I might do is actually turn this into turn these into tables or something, right? Replace these with, I don't know, crafting tables or cartography tables, something along those lines. Play Minecraft on Xbox and sometimes PC. Awesome. Both excellent platforms. Not played on Xbox myself, but I know a lot of people love them, so you know, probably something to it. All right, but yeah, so that could be fun. Put those out, and then maybe some trap doors around there, or just leave it open. That would be okay too. Hum. Okay. Well, that's interesting. You just play modern warfare? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that's a series I never got into, was COD. I missed when it was first coming out. I spent a lot of time. I kind of missed a lot of those games for a while because I stopped playing shooters for a long time because when my kids were little, I didn't want to. I didn't want them really to be seeing that. Okay, seeing that violence and stuff. Yeah. And I was just playing Star Wars. I was playing Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2 and stuff. I kind of stopped playing shooters for a while because while my kids were little. Got back into it with Battlefront back in 2015, but I missed all those shooters. I was playing on console because I couldn't afford to upgrade my PC every couple of years. So, which is still an issue, but But at least I knew that if I had a PS2, if I bought a game that said PS2, it was going to work. I didn't have to worry about, oh, it doesn't work with this video card. It doesn't have to work with this other thing. I do enough computer stuff at work. I don't want to mess with it when I'm at home. It's one of those things it's been interesting to see. It's the number of people who have taken the stay-at-home orders from the pandemic as an opportunity to reevaluate and simplify their lives, which I find is an interesting approach. It's like, okay, all the stuff we used to be able to do has been canceled, right? The whole Earth has been canceled. So what are we doing? Of course, there are people who are trying to watch all of Netflix, which, can be fun. But it's just interesting to see the number of people who say, you know what? I'm trying to simplify things here a little bit. All right. Cool. Now, before I stop, I'm going to stop here. We've got about 10 minutes, but I want to show you this little thing I built here. So I told you this world has a marketplace, the Nerdy Market. Of course, you can't see the end because of my webcam, but it just got started here last week, and actually on Saturday. I couldn't be part of that build, unfortunately, but I did set up my own little shop here. It's pretty cheesy, Pick your stuff, honor system, so everything's a nugget. It's like the dollar store, but with nuggets. So it's kind of fun. A girlfriend for 6 years. You're afraid to break up with her? Okay. It's usually not necessarily a healthy sign when you've got. But I'm not one to judge. Yeah, so I just built this cool little store to add to the marketplace. This is a really cool build. This is give Mandolin a shout out.
Shout out to Mandolin.
Yes, Mandolin's is a Twitch streamer, Twitch TV/Mandolin, and all sorts of cool stuff here. This is one of the reasons I like building in this world, because she's got all sorts of stuff that makes it easier for people who just like to build, like me. So, all right. So what am I doing? I don't know. So I just wanted to drop down and show that. That was kind of fun. You can't build. Yeah, some of the stuff just still awes me. It's like, oh man, how did she do all that? That's really cool, and this and that and the other. Well, I never would have thought to do it that way. That's cool. So I still like to jump out and try to find examples which help. Um, you're from the UK. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's like these rooms where I put the command blocks to teleport back and forth. Yeah, hey, look, I can model this after the transporter room in Star Trek. Yeah, see, this is my main base, actually. Well, it's back that way, but this valley here, I've got this lovely. This was such a great mountain. When I saw it, I said, okay, I have got to build a castle here. And, it's sort of, this area has sort of grown up and out, and it's been fun. I just love building and stuff. So but I said, I like doing it in survival rather than creative. So yeah, I've got, just got some fun stuff going. I think I mentioned earlier I had a larger hive for honey collection. This is it. Come in, down the stairs. There's no way into the hive from outside. You have to come in underneath it. But come up this way, and I've got. Well, thank you, Brad. I'm glad you like it. I've got what is it? 6 hives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 hives, all producing honey bottles. I don't know why I need that much honey. At this point, I'm just putting it in the shop there in the market. But all you have is a house. Well, you got to start somewhere. So this is sort of been my creative outlet. I mean, I grew up playing with Legos and stuff, and I love building stuff. And so Minecraft is sort of, it's almost become Legos again for me. And so a lot of the stuff, like this village or this city over here, is pretty generic, right? These are not, super strange here. Okay, now that is a little odd. Okay, this the subway station with the warp engines, but it's but I love building things. I love the ideas of mountain castles. Sort of that. I grew up, with Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and I love dwarves and dwarven stuff. So anytime I see mountains like this, it's like, okay, this is a castle. That's 100% what this is. This is going to be a castle. You grew up with Army Finger. Okay. Can't say I know what that is. Okay, so it's I have fun. It's like this let me swing around this way a little bit. Okay, so this library in here is pretty simple. What I'm going to be building in the other place, it's going to be a little less rows of books and more like lounge study, just a little more random study area. But it's like this area. This started, of course, it turned into a bigger castle with a sort of Eye of Sauron type thing going on up there. Ah, army toys. Gotcha. But yeah, I just sort of built this Hall of Fire. I didn't expect villagers to be here, and now they'll walk in and occasionally set themselves on fire. Not ideal, but it's just, I'm going to place some blocks here. What happens? This is what turns out. Oh, this was just really cool. So, sometimes it's just, I just start playing with things. Oh, feels like I got a hair or an eyelash coming into my eye. Which is definitely annoying. Ooh, I need to check on this. I've had a number of places because I was farming honey for that hive. So I have a number of places where I was doing stuff, but this one, yeah, this one's gonna jam if I'm not careful. Actually, I have to have 2 honey bottles there, not just one, otherwise it gets silly. Okay, so there we go. Hopefully that'll work now. It's a little weird. My item sorter is not great. This is what I get for trying to make it up myself rather than find a good example. Yeah, it's the one thing I'm particularly bad at, or one of the things I'm particularly bad at here is redstone. But yep, I have a lot of fun with this, with building stuff. It's hello, cats. You know, and sometimes just playing with fun blocks and things. It's just, I enjoy it. It gets silly sometimes, and sometimes things just get weird. If we talk about just having a house, close that door. I came over here. Let's figure I'll build this. And you know what? It'd be fun because there's an underground lake under this house. Thought, you know what? I will build a spa. Right? I'll come in here. I'll build a spa. Except my spa got a little dark. And so now I've got heads in cauldrons. I've got flaming smiley faces. I've got beds with saw blades, you know. It just got a little weird. Though I like the fun here. You can put campfires like underneath trap doors and things, and the smoke will come up. So you put it underwater, and you end up with like a hot spring, something like that. It's really cool. So, anyway, I didn't really mean for this to turn into an impromptu tour of the world, but, you know, that's how it goes. Okay, those two will reproduce. I did remove most of the beds. I had a few too many villagers here and had to trim the herds. All right. Yeah, it was good talking to you, Bat. I'm actually going to be signing off myself here in just a moment. So, sit here and look at the hockey rink. And let me jump over here, bring up the webcam, and let's fire up those end credits. Because I do want to thank everybody for joining me today. It has been a lot of fun streaming with you today. I do want to thank new followers, Bat, Gibbs, Goose. Y'all are awesome and amazing. I do also have a Patreon that you can follow me, patreon.com/musicforgaming. And if you want to follow me on the other socials and stuff, they're over there. So check those out. And then just a reminder, I will be streaming on Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. I'm going to be doing a Twitch Sings karaoke stream, so be sure to check that out. It'll be all sorts of fun. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.